Hey everybody, welcome to Disneyopolis. I'm Bryan. We are back at City Hall for yet another fantastic show. Paper Duffy is over here and, well, he's exhausted from doing a whole lot of nothing all day long. So he's hanging out with the two Mickeys, and I think actually the more operative term is he's conked out with the two Mickeys. Either way, we've got a really great show for you today. Today we're going to take a look at 6 of my favorite Walt Disney Studios shorts. Now, when I mean shorts, I'm not talking about gym shorts or swimming trunks, things like that. I'm talking about short subject movies. Cartoons, as it were. So let's go ahead and get started. My first one up that we're going to talk about is one that I've talked about on previous episodes. It is 1937's Magician Mickey. This is actually a Mickey Mouse cartoon, animation as it were for you purists. But it also features Donald Duck very prominently, and it is absolutely my top-notch favorite short. Mickey Mouse is a magician, and he's putting on a show. Donald Duck is in the balcony, and Donald is hectoring Mickey Mouse while he's trying to do his thing. Let's just say Donald becomes part of the act unwittingly, and all kinds of craziness and mayhem ensues. So, again, 1937's Magician Mickey. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll put some links in the show notes down below so you can watch them if they're on YouTube. Up next, 1953's Goofy's How to Dance. Now, the whole Goofy How-To series, for me, is some of the finest moments in Disney animation. Things like how to ski, how to play baseball, how to hook up a home video and audio system. But this one was the best, in my opinion. This is Goofy trying to learn how to dance via instructions on a record. Vinyl, that's what we call it these days. Anyway, it's some fantastic stuff. Goofy at his singular best, so check it out as well. 1935, The Band Concert. This was a Mickey Mouse short, the very first, as far as I know, with Mickey Mouse to be in color. Great score, fantastic writing. Of course, Donald Duck is the protagonist, as always, and it's just really, really fun, really funny. Again, some fantastic music that goes along with this. If I were to pick a complete Walt Disney Mickey Mouse cartoon that has everything, this would be it. It really is that good. Which brings me to another complete, Steamboat Willie, 1928, the one that started it all. Mickey Mouse as a steamboat, captain of sorts. He's not actually the captain, but it's Mickey Mouse at his finest, the very first synchronized sound animated cartoon. It still holds up incredibly well today. Just goes to show you that even back in the late 1920s, Walt and Company, particularly Ub Iwerks, who really kind of grew the Mickey Mouse character and did most of the main animation on him throughout the years. He saw ahead for what could be, and from the get-go, Mickey Mouse was something different than anything else that was being done out there. So check it out. Up next, 1995's Runaway Brain. Now, a little backstory on this. This was an Academy Award-winning animated short from the mind of the Walt Disney Studios. This was actually included on a video-only release, but it was fantastic. And, Disney hadn't made a Mickey Mouse cartoon for a very long time. He'd pretty much just become a logo for the parks, for Disney corporate. For when you think of Walt Disney and Walt Disney Company, you think of Mickey Mouse. Well, they dusted him off, pulled him out of the mothballs, and the result is really a really fun cartoon. And pay attention to the video game that Mickey's playing in this. It's interesting. It really is. And again, that is 1995's Runaway Brain. And finally, and this one has nothing to do with Mickey or Pluto or Donald or any of the Fab Five, it's 2012's Paperman. This may be the most groundbreaking since Steamboat Willie animated short that Walt Disney ever did. Back around the late 90s and into the early 2000s, animation was kind of, it kind of plateaued a little bit. The only thing that had brought it back into the public consciousness was Pixar and Toy Story and some of the other movies that Pixar had done. And then everybody began to emulate that style, and that's where the money was. And Disney still tried to do some 2D animation, and even good stories just weren't doing very well at the box office. They even tried their own 3D animation, not Pixar, mind you, but the Disney portion of it, with things like Chicken Little and Bolt and things like that. And they just, I don't know, they weren't the blockbusters, they weren't the game changers that some of the older animated cartoons were. But Paperman changed all of that. Won an Academy Award for Best Animated Short, and it was the first time that Disney managed to take what Pixar had perfected, which was the 3D animated style, the computer graphics, and the old trusted faithful 2D animated style, and they melded them together and came up with this wonderful process. The story behind Paperman is fantastic. The writing's great. The cinematography is top notch. It's by and large, with the exception of the movie soundtrack, it's a silent movie. I mean, there's no spoken dialogue really to speak of, but it communicates very, very well. All shot in black and white except for some twinges of red here and there. This was the process that Disney perfected and came to fruition in Paperman that they went on to later use in movies such as Tangled and Frozen and some of the others. But anyway, that wraps up my 6 favorite Walt Disney shorts. I'd love to find out what your favorites are. Put them in the comment section below. Let's discuss it. I like having dialogue about some of these different things, and I'd love to hear from you what some of your favorites are. I mean, they've made so many over the years that any of them could be your favorites, and we could all name our 6 favorite animated shorts, and none of us say the same ones. So make sure you comment down below. Of course, we'd love for you to hit that thumbs up button, and as always, subscribe. We love having new subscribers. That gives you the update of when it is that new content comes out, so you'll be the first to know. As well, it's just great to have you along, and I'm sure it's probably saving a puppy's life somewhere. Well, not that last part, but it's fun to pretend after all. Anyway, do subscribe. We love having you here. Thank you so much for showing up today. Check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/Disneyopolis.com. That's DisneyOpoliscom. And then, of course, at our website at Disneyopolis.com. Thank you so much for being a part of what we do here. We're so glad you're on board. We are Disneyopolis. We are everything Disney all the time. You take care, and we'll see you next time.